Good morning, Seoul, Korea. How is your Wednesday morning going so far? Well, it's been gloomy lately, and especially if you live in the southern part of Korea, we've had a lot of heavy rain. So I'm looking out the window right now, and it's a quick change from the weather from the past few days. It's actually sunny and really beautiful outside, and this makes me happy. So I hope you guys are getting lifted or uplifted because of the weather. So for today, why don't you guys try wearing some brighter colors? Sometimes that will help you out. And for you ladies, of course, maybe try on some new fly makeup that you just purchased recently. That might bring up your mood as well. And maybe for lunch, you can enjoy some clean and healthy foods to exceed your mood as well. And make sure you don't forget your daily vitamins. So, what are your special ways of staying or being happy? Tell us all about during the first song. And the first song is by Matt Palmer, and it's called Hold On to My Hand. That was Hold On to My Hand by Matt Palmer. And you guys are now tuning into What's Poppin' with Brian Ju on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and its surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, how do you get in contact with us? Pretty simple. All you got to do is send a text to sharp pound 1013 for a charge of 51. Hit us up on Kakao Talk, but to do that, you have to add TBS EFM as a plus friend, and you can message us all for free. Also, if you haven't already, please follow us on Twitter at TBS What's Poppin', and you can message us there as well. And we're live today in the studio, so give us a call at 02-778-1013. If you have a longer email, I just want to give us a shout out. The address is efmpoppin@gmail.com. And if you're interested of our playlist and want to check out the song list, come check out our website at tbsefm.soul.kr/EFM/What's Poppin'. And now moving on to today's pick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for today's pick. Now, how much do you guys know about yourselves? Now, what do you know about your own personalities? Now, being asked to explain your own characteristics is one of the most awkward things because people can't verbally explain their own characteristics. But did you know that colors sometimes tell us about one's personality? According to a psychotherapist, Max Lusher's color test, of course, attraction to certain colors gives information about our personalities. Now, there's a heavy relationship between a person's state of mind and color. And there are even color therapies for depression treatment. So, why don't you guys pick one color that's your favorite and focus on it as I tell you about each color. Now, I'm not going to be doing all the colors of the rainbow, but the majority right now. The first one we're going to start off with is red. Now, choosing red as your favorite color means you're impulsive, sexy, and motivated to win. And you're likely to be a good leader. And on top of that, you want to expand your horizons and live your life to the fullest. Pretty good to me. Yellow. Now, if yellow is your favorite color, it means you're positive, optimistic, and look to the future, never look behind. And you find life pretty easy, and problems just don't exist in your life. But that does not mean you're lazy. And green. Green is your favorite color? That means you're persistent and possessive. You're a high achiever and an accumulator of things. Your personality is harmonious, understanding, contented, cautious, and reserved. Now, a person who favors blue, aka me, of course, is sensitive and easily hurt. Very true. You never panic and you're total in control of your life and content with the way it is going. And you desire to lead an uncomplicated and worry-free life. Very true. I'm prepared to sacrifice certain goals in order to achieve this. Wow. That's very me. Now, the person who prefers violet wants to find mystical, magical relationships. Now, if you guys are more curious about more different colors, you know, there are colors on the rainbow that I haven't actually stated here. If you want to check out our website, there's more information there about the colors other than the ones I actually mentioned. So go check it out and see if it actually suits your mood and your personality characteristics. Mine, blue, actually sounds a lot like me. With that said, we have the next song for you guys right now. This guy, I got a feeling he's probably a blue as well. This is Pharrell Williams, Know Who You Are, featuring Alicia Keys. That was Pharrell Williams, Know Who You Are, featuring the lovely Alicia Keys. Now, the track is included in Pharrell's album, Girl, which is his second studio album. Now, the album was released on March of this year, of course, through Williams' label, I Am Other, and Columbia Records. Now, Girl is Williams' first studio album in 8 years, following his 2006 debut, In My Mind. Now, the album contains appearances by Kelly Osbourne, Justin Timberlake, Timbaland, Miley Cyrus, Daft Punk, JoJo, Alicia Keys, and others as well. Now, because of these guest vocalists, of course, the album sounds much more various, which I think is the reason for the album to be loved around the world by a lot of people. So Big ups to my man Pharrell. Hopefully in the future, me and him can work on a project together because I love his sounds. I love his creations. That's my goal one day, to do a collaboration with Pharrell Williams. So if any of y'all know Pharrell's contact, hit me up, hit him up, and let this thing happen. With that said, we got some Twitter comments blowing up right now. We just have 2 new tweets I claim. Let me click on that. Alrighty. Ogni just wrote, my favorite color is blue, but I always in black, fit, and sometimes in white. Yes, that's the thing with me. My favorite color is blue. To be detailed, baby blue or sky blue. But I always end up wearing a lot of black. Yes, I feel like black is like the easy color to choose when you're actually wearing clothes. But, you know, it doesn't matter what you wear a lot. You know, it's what you actually like. What color do you feel like you're attracted to? And, well, good for you, Agni. You're just like me, you know. You know what you want in life and you'll do anything to achieve it. So good for you. Brian G. Canada wrote, blue is my favorite equals me. Ki. Well, I feel like a lot of people like blue. You know, blue is just one of those neutral colors you can't go wrong with. So, good for you as well, Brian G. Canada. Brittany wrote, darn, my favorite color is blue too. It does fit me as well. Well, that's not a bad thing. A lot of us love blue. It's not a bad thing to love the same colors. And also, 양혜원 wrote, 오빠, good morning. 어제 비가 꽤 왔었는데, 오늘은 그냥 흐름이네요. 요새 날씨가 안 좋아서 슬퍼요. Oh, she's just saying that yesterday was a lot of rain, and today there's a little bit of rain, and because of the rain, she's a little sad, but guess what? It's not raining at all. It's beautiful. So, 양혜원 씨, 밖에 나가세요. 네, 지금 비 안 오거든요. It's very nice outside. 되게 좋으니까요. 기분 업되기 위해서 나가서, 좋은 공기를 숨 쉬시고, 오늘 즐거운 하루가 됐으면 좋겠습니다. With that said, we're gonna go on to the next song. And the next song is actually by an artist named Davin DeGraw, my bad. Davin DeGraw, who has a very unique voice. Now, Gavin rose to fame in 2003 when one of his other songs called I Don't Want to Be was chosen as a theme song for a drama in the States called One Tree Hill. And you can see the song's popularity as a song has also been performed on American Idol and Idol Sweden by various contestants during different seasons. Now, in his third album, Free, he included some songs on the album that he wrote very early on in his career and that have evolved over time. Now, songs such as Dancing Shoes and Glass, of course, a lot of people do know. And on top of that, DeGraw provided vocals for a song by Kobe Calais for a Christmas album, In the Sand. And the pair was also, they wrote a song called We Both Know for the soundtrack of the 2013 film Haven. All my English is going. I read one Korean tweet and now my English is going down the drain. Anyways, we're going to listen to the song by Gavin DeGraw. And the song is called Fire. That was Fire, which is the most recent song by American musician and singer-songwriter Gavin DeGraw. I'm not sure if you guys agree with me, but I feel like he has a very similar sound to Adam Levine from Maroon 5. You know, but everybody's a critic. Either way, DeGraw is planning on releasing his first greatest hits album, Finest Hour, the best of Gavin DeGraw, later on this year in October, so in 2 months. That's pretty cool. Now, the album will include Fire, which you just heard, of course, and also will include other songs such as You Got Me, featured in the film Dolphin Tale 2, and Not Our Fault. And with that said, we have the last song now. We're going to move on to the last song for the first half of our show, and it's by a great vocalist. If you don't love her, there's something wrong. Just joking. But check her out. This is Jill Scott. And the song we're going to play for you guys is So In Love. And then in part 2, we got what? Groovy Grooves, a Jazzy Juice. So send in all your groovy R&B requests. With that said, Jill Scott, So In Love. Welcome back to the second half of What's Poppin'. It's your boy Brian Jew right now, getting ready for the second segment, of course. And what we got right now is Groovy Grooves, a Jazzy Jew for this Wednesday morning. And if you don't know about Groovy Grooves, that means we're going to play some soulful R&B, music for the soul, you know, to heal yourself within, of course. And if you guys have requests, please send those requests in right now. But for now, Groovy Grooves. Are you boys and girls ready for some groovy grooves? We're going to play some smooth grooves of R&B and soulful music for you guys right now. Now, first up is American soul and R&B singer India Arie, of course, Back to the Middle. Now, the track is included in the artist's debut album, Acoustic Soul, which was released in 2001. It was nominated for 7 Grammy Awards in 2002, including Album of the Year and Best R&B Album. Now, India Arie is a Grammy Award-winning artist who sold over 3.3 million records in the U.S. alone and 10 million records worldwide. And on top of that, she won 4 Grammy Awards for her 21 nominations, including Best R&B Album. That's a great achievement. Now, recently in March, India Arie performed a whole lot of soul and groove as a closing act for the 3rd night of the inaugural Singapore International Jazz Festival. And Arie pulled off a riveting duet with the guitarist Blue Miller on the groovy Back to the Middle, which we're going to listen to in just a moment. Now, the track is lyrically about the human condition and taking the good with the bad. Now, there are videos of her performance from Singapore, so go check that out. But for now, we have the song for you set up. This is India Arie with Back to the Middle. Back to the Middle, sung by the beautiful India Arie, of course. Now, right now, of course, y'all know, because I've been telling you when I'm live on air to give me a call, we do have a caller online. So we're going to answer the phones and say, TBS efm's What's Poppin'? Who am I speaking to?
Good morning, Brian. This is Jade from Malaysia. How are you doing?
Jade from Malaysia. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Awesome. How's the weather out there?
Crystal clear, sky blue. Yeah.
Very jealous. Although we are having some great weather as well today. I'm pretty sure it's a lot more humid, though, in Malaysia.
Yes, it is. It's always so humid and a lot of rains throughout the end of the year.
Okay. I mean, we just recently had crazy heavy rains as well. Like last night driving home, I was so freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh, the sky's falling. That's what it felt like.
Gosh. You have to be extremely careful when you're driving.
Oh, yes. Yes, trust me. I have my alert on. I make sure my eyes are wide open. I drive really slow. I have my windshield wipers going back and forth. I'm very alert when I'm driving in the rain.
If it's really, really heavy, I advise you not to drive.
Yes.
Just wait for a while, yeah.
I wish that could be the case in my case, but sometimes work calls and I can't really do that. But anyways, on a brighter note, we're talking about how to uplift our moods. Now, I hear from our writer that you have a good advice or a tip.
All right. Normally, if you wake up or, your mood is not so good, what I'll do is now I will turn off something, listen to your favorite tracks.
Okay.
And then, when you have this good mood with good music, I'm pretty sure everyone will be much more happier.
I agree with you. I do that sometimes as well. Like, I wake up in the morning and I feel a little bit down sometimes. Like, especially, I'm very sensitive to the weather. So if it's gloomy outside, I tend to be a little bit down or not too bright, not too happy. But what I do is luckily I have speakers set up throughout the house. So all I got to do is pop in my MP3 player or my smartphone and then put my favorite playlist on, or I just put the America's Top 40 radio playlist or whatever you call it, and some of the songs on there just uplifts you, like when Pharrell's Happy comes on, or even Katy Perry's Roar. No lie, I'm not gonna lie, don't hate me, but that song kind of heavy. I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath. That just uplifts you. It's like okay, it just makes you happier. So I totally agree with you.
And when you open the window, you can see a lot of green plants around you. That makes you even better.
That is true. Yeah. So whatever I always think that way too. When you see nature, the rich green color on the plants and the grass and the trees, it just kind of makes your mood a lot better on the brighter side. So it's hard though in Korea because the weather does get a lot of gloomy, hazy mist in the air because we do have yellow dust and everything. So sometimes when you open the window, you don't really see much green. And so that's why I guess it's harder for us to try to be happy. But, there's other ways. Music is a good therapy to be happy, of course.
I think you should put more plants in your house.
I have a lot of plants. My friends make fun of me all the time. My friends are like, you have a forest in your house. That's what they always say. I have flowers, plants. And, I like it.
Sorry.
That's okay. But I like
Yeah,
that. I like
because-
having plants and, green stuff in the house. It really helps out with actually cleaning the air in the house as well as uplifting your mood as well.
Green actually helps you to distress yourself as well.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for letting me know that. I'm just going to look at the color green all day now.
You know, when you're really stressed, you just look at some green plants or anything which is green. That gives you the clear mind. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that tip, and I'm going to try that one today. And we actually have a great song set up right now that links with the color green. And
all right, great.
yes, and the song is called "Grass Is Greener" by Marcus Houston. And we want to thank you, Jade, for calling in today.
Oh, thank you for having me, and nice talking to you, Brian.
Anytime. Call whenever you want. Feel free. You're part of our family. Alrighty?
Okay.
All right,
You
chat
take
with you
care.
soon.
Have a good week.
You have a great day.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, that was Jade from Malaysia. She had a great tip about green. If you guys look at the color green, apparently you're supposed to de-stress yourselves. So try doing that while the song goes out. This is Marcus Houston with Grass is Greener. That was Alicia Keys with Fallen, of course. And that was a request by Ebony. But I looked on Twitter right now, and Ebony actually tried calling, but I guess we're having some technical difficulties because she said that we had no answer, but I don't think we heard the phone ring. So, technology isn't the best thing in the world. But thank you for calling either way. We'll just see if that happens shortly. But for now, I'm going to read some Twitter comments. Brian Buchanan just wrote, yes, green has a calming effect. Our company has an olive color for the walls. Now, I don't know about olive. My mom and dad have an olive color in the walls, but it's just the way they decorated their house. It doesn't really go with the furniture. So for me, instead of calming myself when I went back to see my parents this year, I was kind of stressed out. I was like, why does this olive not go with this weird tan-colored sofa and these weird black furniture pieces? Like my mom had some weird funky stuff going on in the living room. But I mean, I guess green is a calming color, but it's just how you decorate the interior of your house. It can actually work for you or stress you out even more. So just giving you guys a heads up. Don't be mixing and putting all these weird colors in. Anyways, we also have a message through Kakao. And it's Edit, of course, is a very fun Kakao messenger. Good morning, DJ Brian. Love your voice and songs you play. Request popular song by Mika. Alrighty, well, thank you very much. And with that said, we're actually going to move on to another song by a wonderful artist of Filipino descent, of course. And he just has an amazing voice. I saw him in concert this year from the side, of course, on the stage. What? Don't be jealous. But this is Jeff Burnett with If You Wonder. That was Jeff Burnett with If You Wonder. And right now, it's time to wrap up our show, but thanks for tuning in. But before we go, I have a public service announcement for you guys. Now, if you had an emergency and you want the emergency services to reach you as quickly as possible, every day, police and fire ambulance vehicles respond to urgent calls, and precious time lost getting there could mean the difference between life and death. So, if you hear the emergency vehicle sirens, please pull over to the side if possible. Make way and wait for the emergency vehicle to pass. Then check if it's clear and then signal before merging back into the traffic lane. Also, if you have a situation where you need emergency assistance, please call 119 Emergency Center, and your call will initially be answered by an operator speaking Korean, but other operators fluent in English, Chinese, and Japanese are also on standby to give you guys help, of course. So, if you get into an accident or need urgent assistance for any reason, please dial the number 119. And with that said, it's time to wrap up our show, and the last song for our program is Jennifer Hudson featuring T.I., I Can't Describe the Way I Feel, requested by Winnie Brian B. And this is Brian Ju signing off, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.